Hey guys, Byron Horton here with the Whitetail Experience, and today I'm going to make a video kind of testing and looking at the new Lone Wolf Custom Gear double step sticks that they've come out with here in 2020. I went ahead and attached some cable leaders, so we'll do some height tests, seeing how high I can get up there. I've got a comparison here as far as with the single or the mini from last year and obviously the long, so you guys can kind of see the difference. It's funny, the step-to-step distance is like literally identical here with the other mini. And I will say this, handling single stick to single stick, there's noticeably lighter on this double. It's super light. I really like that aspect of it. Obviously the big thing with these is the profile and how small they truly stack. You know, most of the double steps on the market stack significantly bigger. And that's kind of nice for, you know, packing in hunts and ducking through brush, and you just don't have the bigger profile. I will say this about the sticks as far as install tip. When you have to unscrew these bolt guys, I've noticed there was just a little friction occasionally, and not every bolt, but occasionally I would catch some friction. And if I backed it out, say 2 to 3 turns, and then continued my forward progress, that bolt seemed to wear off that friction point and definitely install a little easier. I learned that about halfway through my process.
They do fit over that I-beam super nice. Notice the bolts can go through here just to keep this thing flush. I am definitely still debating on if it's best to strap this thing in. I'm not 100% sure what the best method is. On the new 1.0s, they have that nice tie attachment here to go over. I have a 1.0 from last year, so I got to look at different methods of attachment. One thing I'm still working on is the appropriate tightness for these. Obviously I'm going to paint these up. I don't want them that color. Note 2, I guess, when obviously the first one's super easy, the second one's pretty easy, the third one gets a bit tough, and I have the 17-inch cable aiders. You might want to look at the 20. The other option is you could just attach it down here if this, because this does take a little bit of open the pickle jar strength. Cable aiders, I did go to Home Depot, grab a 5/16 bolt that fits right here. Obviously they stack, they're designed to essentially fit into the stick above and below, so that's a pretty cool feature that's designed in there. Oh, I still am working on how tight I do want this cable aider system, because to pack them it seems I've got to flip them around, and so I might run them a touch looser than I ran, say, my sticks from last year. Something else I wanted to note here is when you get these sticks, obviously you're setting metal on metal, and this thing is, I think it's like, I forget the distance apart, but yeah, you're setting metal on metal, so a tape job is definitely needed. And right now I'm still testing out the contact points with some athletic tape, which is very affordable, and that way if I ever wanted to upgrade that tape to like, a stealth strip or a Lone Wolf Custom Gear Silent Touch tape, I can, know what points of contact are important and what's, I can pass on or whatever. For my early testing, I'd say you want to buff this thing up a little bit to almost maybe say credit card thickness. Same thing down here, because then it's elevating those two sticks off each other. I don't know if the tape at the bottom here is super necessary, or even the ends. Again, I definitely think you need to beef these two areas up to almost set the sticks just about credit card thickness apart. You can see here, I wanted to keep these actually minimalist just for testing and comparing, but okay, you got the noise there, but then this stick here is noticeably less noisy. And I think it's just due to I've buffered those contact points. The other thing, when handling them, I think you're more likely to get noise this way. Okay, I think if I was unpacking these for a hunt, I'd set them all on the ground, stacked, limited move, and almost use 2 hands to pry them apart, because I just think I'm able to handle them better, versus the step is virtually the same. Got my fancy tape measure here, so top of this guy to the top of that guy, 17, we'll call it 17 1/4. This is roughly the same, 17 1/4, 17. Okay, so there you go. A nice thing about these Lone Wolf Custom Gear double steps is you can still run the buckleless method,
with just that traditional strap guy. And you know, you can run it with a buckle off these tees. I've done a little bit of testing with the buckleless method on these tees, and I feel it's much more secure off of that center pin button. I don't know why that is. At least maybe I don't have the right looping system down, but at this point in time I feel very comfortable running the buckleless just off the standard speed button.
So this tree is about softball size around. I'll go grab my tape measure for you guys. And I've done the buckleless, and I can go ahead and get up on it. No problem. Bolts seem to be holding just fine. Around 19 inches around. That's about all you're gonna get from a one-handed cameraman. One thing I noted, when I do the buckleless, I do gotta make sure, these tee guys, I just gotta make sure my threading is correct. I'm actually gonna buy some 8mm rope and see if that makes getting around the tee just a touch easier. So TBD on that, but just a thought out there for those guys looking to maybe potentially run a rope mod on this. So for height test today, let's go 3 and 4 sticks. We'll go no cable aiders, then we'll go cable aiders on all of them, and give you guys some real world height tests. Obviously I've got my same testing tree I do all my testing on. It's very straight, very nice basketball round, and no real pitch. A little bit maybe knobbier bark. It's not a shag bark, but it's not like a maple either. So I'll give you guys some real world numbers there, and then we'll kind of wrap up concluding thoughts. Not sure you guys can tell, but this stick is actually pretty darn crooked, but it actually bit and held better than my second stick, which is perfectly perpendicular. These bolt guys, at least on the early testing, as far as climbability, I'll score, say, like an XOP with a buckle like a 9 out of 10, and I'll score these like maybe a 7 out of 10. Better than I thought they would be. I've had the Hawk sticks in the past, and I feel these actually probably grab a touch better than the Hawks. And the Hawks obviously have that brackety thing behind them. So initially, obviously, I haven't hunted out of this for a full season, put them through the gamut. But the climbability type score, I'm gonna go with a solid 7. I do notice the same thing with, like, when you get on double steps, like your feet are here, your knees are gonna go here, but it is so nice. I am such a fan of standing 2 feet flat, whether on either stick, and just working to get around a tree. Also note, like this stick, I think I'm gonna have to put like an extra washer or a locking lug or an extra nut on the back to keep the tension, because this stick, I really like the tension it was at. My others were too much or too flimsy, so that's going to have to fine tuned in for the hunter to find what he likes best. Gotta go grab my tape measure, forgot it over here. I just did 3 sticks plus and minus cable aiders. I'll rig up my 4th double stick and give you guys a score on that guy. Lost my tape measure. There it is. Here you can see the 3 sticks, and I did not step into aiders here, and you just can't get anywhere. I got like an 11.5 foot. Now with aiders on 3 sticks, I was able to get to 14.5 foot, so that's not bad considering the weight and only 3 times around the tree. And I'm not trying to stretch super much. I am putting my stand roughly 9 inches above my last stick. I do like to step up, but I don't want to stretch too much. Foot's not out of the question on some trees. Just kind of depends how comfortable I am with the set. Okay, just got done doing the 4 sticks and getting those numbers in. Same thing you run into anytime you don't use aiders is you burn 2 sticks and you don't go anywhere. And so yeah, 4 sticks, like 14 3 inches, and that's with putting, you know, 9 inches of platform at the top. Now when I run 4 of them cable aiders, I can start to get up there, 19.2 on that number, and those both mirror what I got on the mini sticks in my videos in the past or whatever on this channel. Overall, I think I'm gonna run these sticks solo, or maybe in tandem with some long sticks if I go to the big woods. Haven't really determined my full method. I gotta test more. I gotta play with them. I am a double stick fan. I think for the saddle guys, it's awesome to have, like, you know, your stick literally as an addition to your platform to be able to move all the way around that tree. Won't show you this in the test video, but here's a buckleless method, super tight to the tree. I'm actually having trouble getting it off. There we go. But yeah, that took some force to get it off.
I'll definitely run these. It's just a matter of, am I running 2 of them with like 2 longs? I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. I may run around farm country with 3, all with 8ers. And they're lighter. They are lighter than a lot of sticks on the market. So if you're a weight guy, my thing is I like how they hunt, just because there's no twisting of V-brackets. It's almost like a plug and play. I do need to figure out the strap situation, and that could be I'm just out of practice. It's August now. I haven't done a lot of hanging hunts or just 2-stick high stuff here in the backyard in a while. So you know, that might be something I look at a little more serious. But appreciate you guys watching, checking them out. Like I said, a little impressed with as far as climbability was better than expected. Got to tape them up for sure, just due to so much metal to metal contact. And thanks for watching.